Hello and congratulations on being close to the close of week 3 of AC1110 Accounting Fundamentals. Week 3 where we have talked about chapter 3 and the adjusting entry process. Weeks 1 and 2 we talked about recording the normal business transactions. Week 1 talking about chapter 1 recording those transactions in terms of the accounting equation. Week 2 talking about mainly those same transactions, this time introducing debits and credits, typically a new concept or applied in a new way and needing to have some time to be spent with it. Then we're moving to chapter 3, which are the end of the time period adjustments. There's going to be far less of these adjusting journal entries, but conceptually they're more difficult because they do deal with timing issues, and where normal timing issues fail or aren't implemented in a perfectly correct timing way within the normal accounting process, and therefore we have these adjustments we need to make in order to make our financial statements as close to an accrual basis as possible so that they are best able to be read and used for decision making. If we scroll through here, remember that everything from the discussion forums on down, that's what we need to get done. Discussion forums are worth 21% of the grade, huge piece of the grade. Want to pick up 100% of that 21%. That would be the goal for this class and any class. In order to do that, we're going to need at least 4 posts. I would post more than 4 times in order to make sure to pick up full credit. Remember that it accumulates upward. So it's possible not to get there in 4 posts, although it is possible to get there in 4 posts. If we don't, it's still possible to get there in more posts. So it's a little bit different than some of the other types of things that will be graded. But in order to get any credit on any post, we do have to add new content related to accounting. And if we copy and paste anything, make sure to reference it so we're not plagiarizing. And to get full credit and more credit on it, we need to paraphrase it in our own words or talk about it, critique it, ask questions about it in some way. Then we have the assignments, we have the homework, and we have the quizzes. Most of this will be done in McGraw-Hill's Connect, but remember that although most of it will be in McGraw-Hill's Connect, it will not be all listed in McGraw-Hill's Connect. And although most of it will not be done here, it is all listed here in Moodle Rooms. And at this point, we're probably aware of, hopefully, that we have at least this one right here, this Moodle Rooms assignment that we're going to have to do within Moodle Rooms. And that's just one example of why you just want to check off if you're ever using this third-party software. Make sure you're getting back to the Moodle Room shell and checking off here, because this is really kind of your check sheet, the syllabi where you want to check everything off. This one you're going to have to download the worksheet to work the worksheet along with instructional videos and then upload that here to Moodle Rooms. Then we have the quiz down here, which is the midterm, huge piece of the grade. Make sure to take the quiz, do not miss the midterm. We cannot generally make up late work on tests and quizzes unless there's an unusual circumstance, in which case we take that on a case-by-case basis. Therefore, if you run into a time constraint, take the midterm by the close of the course and then go back and pick up any homework and assignments if you can at a later time, knowing that any late work will lose points in accordance with Charter College policy. Next week, we're going to be moving on to Chapter 4. And chapter 4 is going to be the closing process, and that's really going to be summing up the whole thing. So chapters 1 through 4, no matter what business we're in, that's the accounting cycle. Now obviously there's a lot more to accounting than that. The textbook goes for a much longer time than that. But really that's really the whole accounting cycle right there. And after we move forward, we're going to drill down on some specific type of accounts like accounts receivable, accounts payable, depreciation, and talk more about the needs of those individual accounts after that point in time. But the overall picture, 1 through 4, the accounting transactions in chapter 1 and 2, the adjusting entries in chapter 3, and then the closing process in chapter 4 after the creation of the financial statements, the end goal has been done, will be the full picture. So that's going to be it. So congratulations on being close to the close of week 3.